guys, I am back from work. I always look like a mess when I get home from work. I kid you not. So I wanted to make chicken, like brown stew chicken type thing with the chicken that I had. It's been 2 days in the refrigerator, you guys. 2 days in the refrigerator, and yeah, it's still frozen, you guys. Whatever, still chicken. I was gonna make it tonight. So annoyed. I really wanted some chicken too, and I was gonna use the leftover like onion jalapeno mix. It's gonna make like a brown stew chicken, but like a little spicy, a little spice. It's gonna be so good. And I already have it taste in my mouth. But like, I'm trying my best like not to cook frozen meat any longer. Like, yeah, it still comes out good, but like, you know how you was raised like not to do certain things? Yeah, I was raised not to cook frozen meat. But I still do it. It's so weird. I mean, I'm perfectly fine. I haven't gotten sick or anything like that. But it's just like, you know? So I would rather starve is what I'm saying. I would rather starve than cook frozen meat any longer. But I'm not gonna starve. Obviously, I'm gonna make something else. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna make though. Here are the 2 different options. I put up 4 fingers, but 2 different options that I have for dinner tonight. One, sorry, I got a text message. Okay, cool. So one of them is I can make adult fish sticks and tater tots, or adult fish sticks and french fries, you know, like fish and chip style. I could do that, right? And it's super easy. I just have to put everything in the thing and put it in a toaster oven. I could take a shower and all that stuff. So I could do that. 1. 2 is I could make like a meat pie. I don't want to say ratchet version, but basically is you take a pie crust. Well, first you cook like a hamburger. It's like the hood version of like hand pie. So you take a beef patty. Well, not an actual beef patty. How do I explain how to make this? So you can either do it with ground meat. I've never done it with chicken. I kind of want to try it with chicken, but you could do it with ground meat. You could do it with like a hamburger patty. You could do it whatever, right? So what you do is you kind of make it like chopped cheese style. So you either the ground beef, brown it up or whatever with your little seasoning. You do that, right? And then you put like mozzarella, Kobe Jack, or American, or that Swiss cheese, that string cheese. What is it called? Like the canned cheese, easy cheese, Cheese Whiz, something like that. Whatever. You kind of make chopped cheese style, and then you could put like either peas and carrots mixed in with it or whatever. But then you get like a pie crust, and you put the patty or the ground meat or whatever, and all the stuff inside, right? And then you just like fold it up and you bake it like that. And then when you get it, it's like a pot pie without like, I don't know, a hand pie. It's like, it turns out to be like this big sometimes. Depends on how big you make it, how thick your crust is. Like that. I could do that because like I have some pre-made pie crust. And usually I like to make it myself because like the pie crust for that, you have to like use hot water instead of cold water. I could do that. All right, so, oh, I still got paper. So this is the patty. It's raw turkey. But like, can you just imagine like a meat pie with this? With like peas and carrots and like a thick like bechamel sauce? No, I'm just gonna make a hamburger. Okay, I am oh, hold on again. Let's take this off. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, so I am showered. I had to hurry up and like take a shower and do all this stuff because I was talking on the phone with my coworker. It's like a little bit of drama, but I'm gonna share it with you. But I realized that I kind of like these fries. I think I hauled them like some months ago, but these are so good, and I didn't think I would like them, but you know they're good because like I like my french fries as straight, no nothing on it. But like seasoned fries from like schooly like lunch and stuff, like was, you know, it was good. So drama at my job, right? Sorry, so this is what happened. And like I just find it really funny because like I don't think it's a big deal, but like everybody at my job think it's a big deal. I'm just gonna like explain. So you guys know that like, I don't know what I told you guys about my job, but like whatever. So I had this customer, right? And they wanted my me to send them something on my personal phone. And I was like, oh, I don't feel comfortable doing that, but these are the steps that you can go to for them to like, for my company to send you this information, right? And then the person like was like not having it, super like, I don't understand why you can't just send me a text message right now. And I was like, hey, I was like I just don't feel comfortable handing out my personal information. And then they looked at me like, why would I want your number? Like, I'm not trying to pick you up or stuff like that. And I'm like, it's not that point. It's not like, you know, like that's not the point. I just don't feel comfortable handing out my personal information to strangers, you know? And they were like, why? You guys have my information. And I was like, I personally don't have your information. My company has your information that you voluntarily provided to them. Sorry. And whatever. And then they were making like a big deal and really upset. Like they wouldn't leave. They were like super upset. They weren't like screaming and carrying on, but they were just standing there and just like saying like, I can't believe, like I don't understand why you can't just send me this information. And another employee was like, we don't hand out our personal information, but like basically the same thing that I told the person. And they even gave him like a card. I didn't give him a card. I just said like, hey, I can give you the number, but they were like not having it. So I gave him the card. They gave him the card, and then they were like so mad, and they like flung the card, and it would have hit my like coworker, but it was like a card. Someone like you know, like it did a whatever. And then my coworker was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, but we're just not able to hand out our personal information for safety purposes, for your safety and for like our safety. Like, and it makes sense. Like, you don't know what I'm gonna do with your number, like who I'm gonna give your number to, you know what I mean? So it's like, why would you do that? So then my manager came and they were like, oh, what's the problem? What seems to be the problem? Yada, yada, yada. The person explained. And then my manager took out her phone and she like sent them the information. And I'm just like, okay, well, she gets paid to do that. It's fine. But like, she has like a business phone. Like, she has two phones, her personal phone and the phone that our like company provided her. So it's not her personal phone, it's a business phone. And then the person's going like, da 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 da. And he's like, I don't understand why you couldn't have, oh, hold on. Sorry, I had to like mix up my like carrot onion mixture. So then a person like, I don't understand, like they come up to me, it's like, I don't understand why you made it such a big deal. Super simple, it took less than 3 minutes. Then they kind of like belittled me because like, you know, like why would I want it? Like, why would I want your number? I'm not trying to pick you up, stuff like that, right? But then my manager asked me downstairs like maybe like an hour later, and basically like I got reprimanded, but nothing like actual, like no actual like paperwork involved. She was just like, I just need to know how to pick my battles, choose my battles. It wasn't that, like basically like I just need to know how to pick my battles. It wasn't that serious for me not to hand him my number, to send him the information and stuff like that. And I'm just like, because I know like my rights as like an employee, and I know my rights as a United States citizen. Like I know what I'm entitled to, and if I don't feel comfortable handing out my personal information, I don't have to. In my job description, it does not say that I have to do this, stuff like that. It's like customer service, but like yeah, for my protection, I'm gonna protect myself, and you never know nowadays, you know, like you just don't know. So like I basically told her all of this, and then she was like, I just need to know how to pick my battles, and I don't know, like she was like, I don't know what's going on in your personal life, and we just need to know how to leave it at the door and don't bring it to work. And I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. And then she was like, I know there's something going on with you in your personal life and something. I'm like, what's going on in my personal life? Like, please allow me. And then she was like I witnessed one of your coworkers like giving you a hug and telling you it's gonna be okay. Just know if you need someone to talk to, you can. And I was like, first of all, nothing going on in my personal life. I just didn't want to share my personal information with a stranger. And then, you know, like she kind of like brushed it under the rug and then try to like flip it to say that like, oh, I'm dealing with something right now, so I'm taking it out on the customer. And I was like, well, did I raise my voice? Was I disrespectful? Did I say anything that wasn't accurate? Was I being rude? You know? And it was no for all of this. Hold on. Sorry, my phone is like blowing up because like my coworkers are texting me, and she was like, it's not like what you say, it's how you say it. So I was like, was my demeanor disrespectful? And she said, sometimes it's not your demeanor or how you say it. Sometimes it's like, just try to go above and beyond to make someone's day or something like that. Like this one small thing is nothing to you, but to them it just like means that like we're going above and beyond to like give them service. And mind you, it was like nothing related to my job, what they wanted me to send them, you know, like it wasn't related to like selling toasters, you know what I mean? Because then I was feeling like, all right, because you know, something is happening with me. Second guessing myself, second guessing my decisions. And I told her like, if this situation ever happened again, I just don't feel comfortable handing out my number, but if you'll give me the okay to hand out your number to them like you did today, then this will be easily resolved, you know. And then she just was like, no, that's not acceptable, you know, something like that. And I was like, well, why is it not acceptable? Because you just told me to hand out whatever. So there was a new girl that was downstairs. I don't know, there's like a new girl there, right? And I didn't know she was there at the time, but she was overhearing the whole conversation. Now she didn't know like the proper chain of command. When I say manager, she was the supervisor, not like the manager. So the new girl thought that the supervisor was the manager, you know, because we call her like manager on duty, stuff like that, right? So she emailed HR, and mind you, this happened at like 11 o'clock in the morning. So she emailed HR telling them that like she wouldn't give her 2 weeks because she doesn't feel comfortable handing out her personal information either. And then she run down the whole scenario, the whole situation, what happened like today. Now this happened at 11. I think I had like a conversation, let's say around 1-ish. Whatever. She worked out her day because she was only doing like online work. She wasn't doing like being on the floor. She worked out her day and then she left. Then I came home, you know, started my little vlog or whatever, started making my sandwich, and then like my coworker called me and she was like, oh my goodness, what happened? Did you see the email? Now mind you, I didn't tell anybody about it, but my coworker was on the floor with me when it happened. Like coworker was the one that like told the guy the same thing I told him. So she was like, oh, you should check your email, your work email. And I'm like, I try not to, you know, think of work on when I'm off and stuff. She was like, no, it's like HR sent out this massive email about employees' personal information and stuff like that. And I thought it was strange that like my manager or my supervisor that was like reprimanding me texted me when I was like, you know, vlogging, and had, you know, I personally don't care about it because like I was in the right, but like the girl that gave her 2 weeks notice, apparently she wrote like a bunch of stuff, which I don't know the whole email, but basically she wrote that like it's against the law to be bullied into like handing out your personal information if you're not comfortable with it, like stuff like that. And I would, you know, no sweat off my back. I just thought that was funny. So now like my phone is getting blown up because like I was mentioned in the email, and yeah. So my manager asked me if I was okay, if I want to talk about it, and then she's like trying to switch it up and be like, oh, I was in the right. She had misinformation, stuff like that. I can acknowledge when I make a mistake, and I like it when people can acknowledge when they made a mistake. So this was a little funny because like it just happened and it was like, what? Like I don't care about it. I just think it's funny that like everybody at my job cares about this, and I think it's because like nothing's ever moved this fast like at my company. Okay, so this is the patty with like the onions and carrots and jalapenos. Super spicy, I must say. Like I tried some of the onions. All right, ignore the mess. But this is my burger. I have my bagel, and it is not toasted. Here's my delicious food. Okay, so this is gonna be the end of the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chatty, make some weird burger. You guys will see me tomorrow when I post another video, and I will see you guys in the comments below. Later, you guys, or good night, you guys.